Okay guys, just wanted to do a quick little video here. Some friends of mine were questioning the difference of fire steel versus a magnesium block and which one is easier or harder to start a fire. One of my friends thought this would actually be harder to start a fire with, and I just wanted to take a few minutes here just to go over some of this. Basically, this fire steel is also called a ferricium rod. It's the same thing that's on this Coleman magnesium block. The only difference is that you're using some magnesium. You're going to shave off the some particles off of here, some shavings, and then you'll strike the ferricium rod or fire steel, and that'll ignite the magnesium and it'll burn nice and hot. What I'm going to use is a Mora flex steel blade. This is carbon. One thing I am going to do, since this particular Mora does not have a nice 90-degree spine on it, I'm just going to use the blade. And I know a lot of guys will give me grief about that for using the blade, which I would agree that you normally want to keep your blade sharp if you can, and you don't want to use this part of the blade. But in this particular instance, since this is not, it doesn't have a nice sharp 90-degree edge to flick a spark by going like this, I'm going to use this edge and I'm going to get a nice little spark coming off of here. So what we're going to use just for the experiment is we're going to use this cotton ball. And just like in anything, when you're trying to start a fire, you want the material to be as fibrous as possible. Now, I'm just going to put that down there. I'm going to move this back just a hair so it's easier to see. What we're going to do, we can kind of get a little bit of a nest here. What I'm going to do next, if the wind stays down, I'm just going to shave off some shavings here. It won't take a whole lot. Make sure you don't cut yourself. Now, if you can, try to concentrate the little fibers, or the little shavings into one spot. Then, I don't know if that'll show up on the camera, but there's a lot of little particles there. Now, I'm just going to use this fire steel ferricium rod because I want to save this. I'm not going to use this resource right now just because I don't want to use it up if in case I ever need it on there. I know some guys actually remove this, but you know what, since that wind blew my little bit of, since it blew my cotton ball away, I'm going to keep that there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the knife to hold that in place. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this instead of striking with my knife. And there you go. That ended up coming to life real quick. And the nice thing about this is this will burn quick and hot. Easily consumed. That magnesium just turns the whole lighting process into easy work. Now that I've done that with this, and you've seen that, now I'm going to do the same thing with just the fire steel. Since this is very fibrous, all we need to do is take the fire steel. We should get the same effect. Oh, I'm having a hard time holding this. Right there. So, it's just as easy with the fire, just using the fire steel or the magnesium block. The real question is, your tinder, is it fibrous enough that you can get it to combust? You need some type of ignition source, one of the two, and as long as you have good tinder that'll be fibrous enough to catch that spark, it should light. I'm really leaning towards these. I just started experimenting with this probably about a month ago, and I must say I really do like this. I like the idea that you can get the shavings off of here fairly easily, and that once that spark hits, it really gets that fire going. And the little bit of experimentation that I've done with it, if it's a little wet outside, that magnesium does help get the fire going a little easier. So hopefully this was good information, and if any of my friends have any questions about any of this, I can answer them. Or if anybody wants to comment on YouTube, that'd be fine too. And just want to say, if there's anybody out there that wants to get some really good information, I'd recommend Wilderness Outfitters with Dave Canterbury. He's got a lot of good instructors. Learned so much from him. And if you have any questions, comments, just post them on the page. Thanks.